All right, now I want to talk to you about a specific tool that I use, and it's something from Paul J. Meyer. All right, Paul J. Meyer actually mentored Covey, from what I understand. And don't be jealous of my tech, all right? But I use old-fashioned paper because there's something that connects with my mind and connects with my thoughts when I write things down versus typing them, all right? But the important thing is you get a tool that works for you. Now, as you look at this sheet here, Section A, those are imperative action steps. Those are those big rocks that the last video was talking about. Those are the things that I have to get done today. Those are the things that move my life forward, that move my goals forward. Think about the day before you go out of town and you've got a list of things that just have to get done. If they don't get done, really bad things happen, right? And look at how productive you are on those days before you go out of town. So that's Section A, imperative actions. Now, Section B are important things, but they don't have to get done today. But if I have some time, those are like the pebbles, I'll get them done today. All right? And Section C is as I receive contacts and I have follow-up actions that I need to do with that, that's my place to capture it right there. But in D, this is an interesting one, and this is really, really valuable. I know I've got a couple meetings coming up today, and I've known about those meetings for a week. And at different times throughout this week, for whatever reason, I think of something that, oh yeah, I've got this meeting coming up with John. I want to make sure that I bring this up with John because we need to cover this. Oh, I'll just remember it. No, I know I'm not going to remember it. So I write it down. I know I've got the meeting coming up. I flip forward to the next Wednesday when that meeting's coming up, and I write down a quick note in my conference planner, that's Section D, so that I know I'll be able to hit all the items that I need to when I meet with John. All right? That way I don't have to keep calling John up every little time that I think about something. I've got everything there in a list. Now, Section E is really important. You can do this in a journal, or my tool has it right there in place. When I remember what happened this day, one, I become very grateful and I add value to what happened today. But two, I also learn from it. So it may have been something bad that happened today. Now, if I just move on and forget about it, I didn't learn anything. But if I write it down and I say, next time I'm going to do this, now learning happens. And they say experience is the best teacher, but only if you learn from it, right? If you don't learn from experience, guess what? You're going to experience it again and again, right? So having a daily exercise where you journal, where you remember what happened today, what you accomplished, and maybe what went bad, then you'll learn from those things going forward. And of course, my calendar, that's there in Section F. I write down all of the meetings that I have coming up today. And I know this thing doesn't alert me, but I do also use Outlook because that's how my office operates. And then over in Section G, I've got a full page available to write journal, notes, everything that happened today, right? Now, the nice thing is having everything all in one place like this, I know I don't miss anything. Now, when our mind, our brain was not built to hold stuff. Our brain is built for creativity, for making decisions, for coming up with solutions. And if our brain is busy holding stuff, hey, here's the next 4 things that I have to do, now there's no more space in my brain to actually solve the problem that I'm facing right now. So you need to use tools like this to know and trust where all the things that you need to get done, all of the things coming up in your calendar, they're all captured in one place, all right? When you know that that's there, now you can be free to think and to be creative, to solve problems in the thing that you're facing right now. You know, multitasking, we like to think that we're all great and talented at multitasking, but research is very, very clear that humans don't actually multitask. You just skip back and forth quickly between one job and the other, or one task and the other. And every time you switch from thinking about this task to doing this task, you lose energy. You spend energy to switch, and you lose efficiency because now, okay, I've got to store this thing over here in my short-term memory and my short-term processing, and I need to pull this thing out here, and I need to start processing that. Every time you do that, it slows you down. So we think multitasking is saving us time, but it actually slows us down. It makes us perform worse and slower. So forget about multitasking And this isn't just for guys, it's also for gals. Although guys do focus a whole lot more and like, don't give me more than one thing to do at a time. All right, you see me sometimes when I'm trying to write and talk at the same time. I can't even do that. So forget multitasking. Focus on the thing at hand. But you can focus on the thing at hand when you have a great tool that you know all the things are captured that you need to get done. All right, so manage that time. Make a checklist to have your SMART goals. Be prepared to take advantage of unexpected free time. You know, when you got a list sitting right there, if you all of a sudden have 5 minutes of free time, you don't have to be, man, there's something I gotta be doing. What was it? You don't have to do that because you got your list handy right there. Oh yeah, here's a little something I can fill in 5 minutes. No stress, all right? Now the other thing you need to be aware of is, are you an early bird or a night owl? When are you most effective? When are you at your best? Are you at your best first thing in the morning? Are you at your best late at night or midday? Everybody's different, but know yourself. All right? If you're at your best in the morning, make sure that you're spending your best time on your best things. All right? And know that your energy is expendable. So something that I'm guilty of, one of the most important things to me is my family. But often, very often, I don't save my best for my family. I give them my worst. I come home at the end of the day, I've got nothing left, and I really want to invest in my family, but I'm just sitting there like a vegetable, right? Because I don't have anything left. I didn't save them my best. So I make decisions then to make sure that I give time to my family. Things like, I'm going to have a family breakfast. I'm going to get up early and make breakfast so that I can spend the best part of my day, for me, which is in the morning, with my family. Okay, I make room and I make time for them. All right, so the most important things, make sure you give your best time. All right, create a routine. Get in a routine that's beneficial and get out of the routines that are harmful. Okay, we are habitual creatures. Everything that we do, when we do it over and over again, we get in a habit. Now, if that's in a bad habit, it's horrible. The things that we don't even think about doing, we just end up doing. But to use that in your advantage, consistently do what you're planning on doing, what you want to do over and over, and you'll create a good habit rather than a bad habit. Okay? Some other things that you can do is change your vocabulary. Say, I want to or I choose to, rather than saying, I have to, right? Or I can't, or I need to. You can say, rather than saying I can't, you can say I won't. All right, so change your vocabulary. Recognize the freedom that you are making a choice in this, that you're not being forced into anything. All right, because this is an important lens that we're going to talk about in another video about how we respond to things. Right? Do we respond with freedom and choose and make that choice? I'm going to wait for the second marshmallow, or do we behave in a way where we are just a little wave in the sea being tossed around by however the wind blows, like, oh, marshmallow, eat it. Right? So take control of your time. You are the only one in control of your calendar. Consider using some of the tools that we've discussed in this video. Right? Take control of your time and your energy and get them towards investing.